This is QTV News and I am Jenna Basonko. Coming up, I was raped by former President Jammeh, claims former Miss 22nd July beauty queen. President Barrow in Abuja to attend ECOWAS summit. Over 3 million euros EU grant for BCC. The Gambia Press Union launches a multi-million-dollar project meant to improve the welfare of journalists. Those are our top stories, and now the news in detail. Stay with us. Former Miss 22nd July beauty queen Fatou Jallow has accused former President Jammeh of rape. Tufa Jallow, as she is widely known, claims that the incident occurred at the State House. Maria Tussar reports.
In 2014, Fatou Jallow was a contestant in the Miss 22nd July beauty pageant for tertiary level students, which she went on to win. At the time, she was a student at the Gambia College. Miss Jallow says she was one of the many young girls who entered the pageant hoping to gain scholarship as promised by the president. Her rape claims has shocked a nation, already reeling from claims about the former president's tenure. The news has divided opinions in the country. Speaking at a press conference on Friday, Tufa, who now resides in Toronto, Canada, said the incident occurred on the eve of Ramadan in 2014. She accused Jammeh's cousin and protocol officer, Jimbi Jammeh, of arranging for girls to meet the then president.
The Poljola joke, it wasn't the father figure joke. It was of anger and rage and frustration at the fact that maybe I had said no too many times. He said to me, "Who do you think you are?" That was the first thing he said to me. And for the past 4 years, I have been trying to answer that question, who do I think I am? And today I am here speaking to him and to Gambians because I want to tell him who I am and that I am the survivor who have come back to hunt him and men like him.
Former singer-turned-activist Fatoumata Sandeng also weighed in, claiming she has escaped a rape attempt, which she said was one of the reasons for her quitting music.
So the day that the national TV broadcasted the whole story, that Lamin Cham had an interview with me, Jimbi had to call my number, but I was diverted to my best friend, and then she told me, "There's a number that's calling you." I said I was at work, so she called my sister and said, "There's a number that's calling her number, but I don't know why." So when I called, she said, "Jimbi," it was Jimbi again. "I was watching TV with the president. We saw your interview that you stopped music and he wanted to speak to you." I said, "Sorry, I was not there. I was at work and my phone was off." And then he said, "Okay, so we would call you tomorrow." So that tomorrow never happened again. So I decided to tell my story to Marion and Reed, and also to tell them that I didn't get raped. I escaped, but there are these girls that got raped because I knew Tufa from school. And I tried to explain to them that I heard that Tufa was raped, but I am not sure. So could you get to Tufa, speak to her? And then my story got similar. I didn't hear about Tufa's story, but it got similar that the same driver took us, that the same lady spoke to us, and we went. So, and the same event that I was supposed to be raped in is when she was raped, that there was this gamo.
As yet, there has been no comment from former President Jammeh, who has lived in exile in Equatorial Guinea since January 2017. However, Deputy Party Leader of the APRC, the political party founded by Jammeh, Usman Rambo Jatta, has rubbished the allegation against his party's supreme leader. He described the ex-president as a very respectable, God-fearing and pious leader who has nothing but respect for our Gambian women. Reporting for QTV News, I am Maria Tussar.
President Adama Barrow has left for Abuja, Nigeria to attend the 55th session of the ECOWAS Heads of State Summit, at where peace, security and economic integration are expected to top the agenda. Aliu Cisse reports.
Established on May 28, 1975 through the Treaty of Lagos, ECOWAS is a 15-member regional group with a mandate to promote economic integration in all fields of activity of the establishing countries. Headquartered in Abuja, The regional body is currently chaired by President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. President Barrow will be making his third appearance at the summit since his election in 2016. The sub-regional body also serves as a peacekeeping force in the region, with member states occasionally sending joint military forces to intervene in the bloc's member countries at times of political instability and unrest. In recent years, these have included interventions in Ivory Coast in 2003, Liberia in 2003, Guinea-Bissau in 2012, Mali in 2013, and Gambia in 2017. Despite the growing evidence of ECOWAS' efforts to promote the free movement of people and goods, considering its crucial role in promoting economic growth and poverty reduction within the sub-region, the ECOWAS protocols are apparently not effective due to lack of implementation across member states. According to analysts, this is due to different national migration policies, legal and labor codes, the lack of a clear-cut focus and recognition for migrant rights and integration, lack of political commitment on the part of national governments. In addition, corruption is undermining the effective implementation of the provision of the protocol. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
A grant of €3,157,000, equivalent to $195,734 from the European Union, awarded to Banjul City Council, was announced on Thursday. The formal announcement was made at a press briefing in the mayor's office in Banjul. Maria Tussar reports.
Under the leadership of Mayor Rohey Malik Low, Banjul City Council has received what is believed to be the largest grant from the European Union to a local government body in the Gambia. The mayor gave a detailed account of the procedures involved in applying and finally getting the EU grant. She described the process as tedious and to what she called the high level of bureaucracy within the EU. She went on to say that with the help of her staff and Banjul's twin city, Austin in Texas, they were able to pull strings to make sure this deal became possible for the people of Banjul.
We want to thank EU. I'm coming to unveil a grant we have from EU, and this is €3.157. I'm not talking about thousands, I'm talking about €3 million that we have from EU. And this is a grant. We don't have to pay anything out of it. And this is not only what we have. We have also 150,000 from our twin city. And then Banjul City Council itself, as little as it is, we are also contributing €7,805.
Attila Layesh, representative of the EU to the Gambia, says over 300 proposals for grant were sent to the EU and that Banjul City Council's proposal was amongst the few to get approval.
This team is a winning team. Let's not shy away from it. There were hundreds, I repeat, hundreds of proposals prepared by all kinds of cities from Africa, from all countries in Africa. We were talking about in the range of more than 300, out of which one of those very few that was selected for being supported, and one of them, those less than a dozen, was the joint proposal by Banjul and Ostend. I think it's keenly important what Her Excellency said when she said that what happened when she explained the story. For me, from a perspective of an EU ambassador resident in a country which goes through transition, for me it can be summarized like this. There is a leader of any city, of any government whatsoever, with a vision to serve the people, and then she goes for finding solutions. And when there is a slight chance for something, then she puts together a team, finds the right men, right women, and then she says, let's do it.
Aisatunjai, a councillor, said she was delighted at the arrival of such a timely project for the people of Banjul.
I feel happy, but it was not a surprise because I know what the mayor is capable of doing. I really feel happy, and what's going to express how happy I am today, like everyone in there in the hall. Like I said, and like I used to say, the mayor of Banjul is here to support Banjul, to lift Banjul higher. You know, she became voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless. There were people who never had hope. There was a time that people think Gambia is not going anywhere again until we have this dynamic woman. It is no surprise, and I'm sure, and I'm positive that other doors will be open, definitely.
The grant is meant to provide, among many projects, an effective and more environmentally friendly form of waste management in Banjul, facilitate the implementation of good governance, and to work on the revival of Crab Island. Reporting for QTV News, I am Maria Tussar.
We will take a short commercial break, and when we return, the news continues. It is the new era in broadcasting. We showed it to you with our continuously improving content, with thousands of viewers around the world. Now, how do you take advantage of our existing and constantly increasing viewership? Advertise with QTV and reach a large audience. Call us on 3244 or email marketing@qtv.gm. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, QTV Gambia. QTV, a new era in broadcasting.
QCell proudly brings you yet another new number series, the 52 and 53 number series. We now have a massive subscriber base of 1.2 million that is still expanding. So QCell is also expanding its number series to accommodate more people as they join our amazing network. The new 52 and 53 number series have the same fantastic services and the same great charges as the 3, 50 and 51 number series. No different. Call, text, browse the net and roam all over the world with the 52 and 53 number series. There are no limits as you communicate with the Gambia's trusted network. QCell Sunyubus, the Gambia's quality network.
Welcome back. The Gambia Press Union has today launched a multi-million-dollar project. The 2.5-year project is to improve the welfare of journalists and to improve the efficiency of journalism in the country. Our reporter, Mamadou Lamin Choi, also finds out how the GPU survives financially and its relations with the government, and he now reports.
It is a bread and butter issue for journalists, the Gambia Press Union says. The umbrella body for journalism in the Gambia has secured money from a Danish civil society fund to the tune of $19.5 million. The GPU has launched a project which it says will address the general welfare, improvement in income and working conditions of journalists in the Gambia.
In majority of the media houses, some are still going home with as low as $1,000 every month. Some are going home with as low as actually $0 at the end of every month. So that's the situation in some newsrooms that this project has also come to address, the low wages.
The Gambia Press Union said this is the biggest project in its history, saying it is the fulfillment of one of their campaign promises to journalists. The union also says that in implementing the project, they will set in place an anti-corruption policy which will be independently implemented in their quest to ensure accountability. Since its inception, the Gambia Press Union has never received funds from government and relies solely on donor partners within and outside the Gambia. Gambian journalists in West Africa are among lowest paid, while in countries such as Senegal, the government provides funds to journalists and other media workers. The Gambia Press Union, however, say engaging government in this direction depends on journalists making a case for it to happen.
So this debate will continue even in Senegal where it is happening, and in other countries the debates are always there as to how independent are you or can you be with the government giving you money. Like I said, if our members take this up and they feel that this is a way forward, of course the GPU will listen and GPU will put this forward.
Since 2017, the government of the Gambia has made promises of media reforms to journalists. However, it seems to be a low priority for the administration.
Since 2017, The government of the Gambia has not prosecuted any journalists, has not harassed or gagged any journalists, and we want to continue with that trend.
Over the years, the government of the Gambia has been doing more to open its doors to the media. However, the nature and flow of information from the presidency is not enough, the Gambia Press Union president argues.
The space of the flow of information and at what speed does it flow. We've seen, for example, oftentimes, let's say the presidency, things happen and the way the officials communicate to the media, to journalists, and the information that they give, I think, leaves a lot to be desired.
Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Research highlights how much more difficult it is for women entrepreneurs compared to men to obtain loans due to various factors. The Gambia has validated the Women Enterprise Fund, which supports giving women access to finance. Ibrahim Abalde has more.
The ceremony brought together women entrepreneurs from diverse sectors, women councillors, representatives from the Women's Bureau, and representatives from the EU, amongst others. Many factors are said to be responsible for women lacking access to finance, including literacy levels, collateral requirements, and high interest charges. The EU-funded project hopes to improve the status of women entrepreneurs, and the Gambian government has already contributed $5 million towards supporting the project. The Minister of Women and Children Affairs, Fatou Kinte, says the Women Enterprise Fund is not just about giving money to women, but will also include training for the women to enable them to use the money wisely.
The main issues preventing growth of women-owned small and medium enterprises are centered mainly around access to finance, limited entrepreneurship skills, and access to markets. Generally, women in rural areas experience greater power imbalance than their counterparts in the urban area. They experience more challenges when it comes to access to credit and financial services, access and control of assets, access to education and training, access to benefits, limited decision-making power, and other sociocultural factors. These experiences hinder them from achieving economic empowerment. The establishment of an enterprise development fund is therefore an opportunity for women to create, strengthen, and operate successful enterprises which will expand into big enterprises in the future.
The president of the recently launched the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce, Nafi Bari, says loan collateral is often a problem for women, thereby hindering their easy access to loans. She further talks about the importance of why there is a need for Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce.
A lot of effort and a lot of issues have been addressed relating to women. But nonetheless, there still exists a gap which we think we should come in to fill. And that is, if you look at the Gambia with a population of about 2 million, 54% or thereabout, because when we talk of women, we tend to exclude girls, but if we add the girls, we may go maybe up to 60%. So this particular group, if you look at them, where they're mostly found in the informal sector. And by the informal sector, I mean they do petty trading, all this stuff. What has not happened really is that these women have not grown out of that. And when we talk of empowering women, we talk of economic independence.
Businesswoman Aissatou D.A. Sawane urges her fellow businesswomen to use the fund properly so that it achieves its purpose and ensure continuity for further women entrepreneurs. Ibrahim Abalde, QTV News.
Before we end this news bulletin, let's recap our main headlines. Former Miss 22nd July beauty queen Fatou Jallow has accused former President Jammeh of rape. Tufa Jallow, as she is widely known, claims that the incident occurred at the State House. President Adama Barrow has left for Abuja, Nigeria to attend the 55th session of the ECOWAS Heads of State Summit, where peace, security and economic integration are expected to top the agenda. The Gambia Press Union has today launched a multi-million-dollar project. The 2.5-year project is to improve the welfare of journalists and to improve the efficiency of journalism in the country. That is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Thank you for watching.